What up, Trent? Welcome back to Trey Sucks at Video Games. I did a little jump for you. All right, so let's get out of the Firelink Shrine. This is essentially our home area, our home hub, but it's not the game itself. I want to get into the game itself, so let's start going up here. This is the first area. Look at these stairs. Look at the view. Actually, down here, I think you can see. Oh, wait, I hear footsteps. Well, I thought I did. So this is our first enemy of the game, an undead soldier. Oh, I was about to say not very tough, but it looks like you got me. There we go, 54, 108. There we go, there's another one. Oh, so you'll notice something actually. Notice it took me 2 hits to kill this guy, but it took me 1 hit to kill this guy. And the reason why is because I caught this guy off balance. He was doing like a sidestep. So when you catch an enemy off balance, you get a little bit of extra damage done to him. And they gave us a cracked round shield. Not a very good shield. I'm probably not going to use it. Yeah, it's even worse than the shield we have, so not a very valuable use of our time. So this is actually a pretty good early game challenge. You see that guy up there is throwing fire bombs at us. Not very fun. You might be distracted by this guy and run and try to kill him, and then a rain of fire bombs would come down on you, which is not very fun. But we can take care of him first. There we go, 101. I'm two-handing my weapon. That does a little bit more damage. There we go, 100. Thank you for the firebomb. Oh, thank you. And Hollow Warrior armor. Thank you. We can put some clothes on now. Thank you. It was getting cold. Well, let's see what this has to say. Armor worn by Hollow Warrior. It's made of thick leather that is tattered with age. Let's see. It gives us 8 poise, 13 bleed resist, 13 poison resist. Very durable. It's also 6.6 in weight, so it might be a little heavy. But look at us. We're on the way. We're on the way upwards. Oh, I can't walk down the stairs. There we go. Let's attack this guy. Let's parry this guy. And send him to the nether realm. Rest in peace, King. More souls of lost undead. I don't know if I explained what those are yet. Souls of lost undead, essentially they're just souls. So if I were to pop these, I would get a certain amount of souls or experience points. And we also want to jump over here. Very good. So this is a secret item. Not necessarily secret, you can see it from the starting area. But I think the idea was the developers were like, oh, they don't know how to jump. So let's put something out of their reach with a jump. But this is a ring of sacrifice. This ring is as valuable as you make it. So you lose nothing upon death. So I haven't died yet, so you don't know this yet. But when you die, you lose all of your souls and all of your humanity. And if you were to wear this, you wouldn't lose any of your souls. But the ring breaks. So this mystical ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death, but the ring itself breaks. So you can only use it once. So you better choose wisely is essentially the point there. I don't think I've used a ring of sacrifice in a few playthroughs. I don't. Once you get pretty good at these games, souls sort of lose their meaning, not lose their meaning per se, but like they don't become as valuable as your first playthrough where having 40,000 souls is like the most important thing ever. You're like, oh man, I've got to get back to the bonfire. But no worries. Here's a rat over here. Yeah. He was nibbling on a soul of a lost undead. I'm very excited about getting into this game, talking about it. I kind of feel like there's a YouTuber I like. His name is Epic Name Bro, and he has his own long-form Dark Souls 1 playthrough, and I used to watch those all the time. So I probably can't explain this game in as much detail as he can, but I sure do love those videos. Let's kill this guy. Too easy. Oh, he dropped something. He dropped a Hollow Warrior waistcloth. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And let's see what these has to say. Waistcloth worn by Hollow Warriors. It is so tattered that it barely serves its purpose anymore. But still, it's more than what we had before, so I'm excited. Let's fight this guy. I think he has a firebomb. Yep, there he goes. 1, 2. See, I don't like the club. Like starting off as deprived is sort of what I wanted to do, but like the club is just not one of my favorite weapons. I like to feel like I'm slicing my enemy, not bludgeoning them. But it is what it is. Oh, look, there's an item down there. But however shall we get there? You just do that. And another large soul of a lost undead. I believe there's an enemy over here. Oh, no, there's not. Huh. But if you go in here... Soul of a lost undead. Look at that guy. Can you see us? Hey there, buddy. I'll kill you in a second. I'm not in a rush right now. Showing my brother how, one of my favorite video games. And look. These guys sort of sneak up on you. Oh, man. 59. These guys aren't very strong. You see they're not wearing any armor or anything like that. But that's okay. That's okay. And actually, you can see these guys right here hanging off. And if you notice them, you can actually just go ahead and knock them off. This game, one of my favorite aspects of it is it's all about being observant. You know, if you are observant, a lot of the traps that they set for you are non-effective just because you notice them and are willing to take advantage of your enemy's position. Where it's not really like a trial and fail. It's more so just like, hey, if you had been paying attention, you wouldn't be in this terrible position that you're in. And if you had been paying attention, you could take advantage. And you don't know this yet, but we're looking down into the lower Undead Burg. That at the bottom is actually an area we can get to later on. So I'm very excited about that. Here's a piece of rubbish. What is the rubbish? Let me go ahead and read that. Has no value, literally. Rubbish with no value. Who in their right mind would bother carrying this around? Perhaps you need help. One thing you'll learn about this game is they actually have quite a bit of sense of humor. Oh, you can't hold it? Okay. Well, it literally has no value. It just takes up inventory space. All right. Now we're up here. Down there, that's actually a boss arena for one of my least favorite bosses in this game. He's not a hard boss, but there's a certain disadvantage I don't like about it. And we'll talk about that when we get there. Here's another humanity. And look at this game, the first loop of the game. Oh, where'd you come from? Come on, buddy. Yoink. There we go. 82. This is where we started out. This game is really fun because, as you'll see, it really loops back on itself over and over and over again. And we'll actually see a pretty significant loop in the near future. All right. Pillage Corpse, Soul of a Lost Undead. And you'll actually like this moment, Trent. You'll like this moment quite a bit. Look at that. That is the Hellkite Drake, and we'll talk about him later. But that's all awesome, how he just kind of sneaks up on you. From Software, the guys that made this game, it seems like they're very intent on like, hey, here's a holy shit epic moment for you to deal with. And I like that quite a bit because I like epic moments. I'm a big fantasy fan. I love Lord of the Rings and Berserk and A Song of Ice and Fire, you know, and this game feels like an extension of that. And I know I'm kind of flying through this area, but actually my first time playing through this area took me forever to get up to that archer and kill him. Because I wasn't very good at the game yet, and I would just try to bum rush it. These guys are the worst. They just turtle behind their spears. And if you just hit them normal, you don't do a lot of damage. So... oh no! There we go. And rest in peace, King. Oh, he dropped something. Oh, we've already got one of those. We're wearing it right now. Oh, you see that over there? It's an item that we can get to. I'll go show you that right now. Pillage corpse. Wooden shield. Very good. So we have a plank shield. This is a wooden shield. And it's the same weight, but notice how the physical reduction on this is 93, and this is only 75. So that means this will reduce 93% of physical damage. We'll still take damage whenever we have our shield up, but it's way better than this shield. So we're going to switch right there. And they even weigh the same. That's something that you have to take into consideration whenever you're playing this game, is how much items weigh. You'll see that that's the last number on this little row of numbers, the 1.5, the 1.5 as well. So our weight is going to become something that's important to us. And also something that shouldn't be overlooked, I don't think, is that we're pillaging corpses. These items that we find, they're not just items in the world. They're found on people. You know, so whoever this guy is, you know, had a shield, and maybe he hoped it would protect him, but it didn't. So that's the nature of the world that we live in. You know, it's a very, very cruel and unforgiving world. Also, I'm not going to rest at the bonfire yet. I'll go down here. Yoink. And if we go down here, there's actually an enemy right here. See, From Software likes to hide enemies behind boxes and furniture, or just in places that they think people won't be looking towards. You know, if you're not paying attention very well, they like to take advantage of that. And this guy is no exception. However, I know all the secrets. I know every secret. And who is this guy?
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Alright, he trades for souls. So this guy, I think his name is the Undead Merchant. He's a very interesting guy, you know. He's wearing something on his head. I can't really see what that is. Maybe like a rag or something. And he keeps petting something. Is he petting the bucket, or is there something in the bucket that he's petting? I don't know. I'm sure there's theories about him, but he's a weird guy, and he's got books. I wonder if he has The Catcher in the Rye. He sells repair power. Repair powder. I've never really used that much. Not a big fan of it, but he's got throwing knives. Pretty simple. You throw knives, you know, fire bombs. Lord's Talisman. A dried finger. What is this? Online play item. Dried finger with multiple knuckles, used to strengthen connection to other worlds, allowing the summoning of a third phantom, but also a second dark spirit. Also make the summoning of a dark spirit occur earlier, used with caution. I don't think I've ever used that. I don't think I've ever played this game online. Ooh. Yes, we want one of those. So that I just bought, the orange soapstone, it lets you leave messages. I'm very fond of messages in this game. Here's the residence key. This is going to be useful. It's literally what it's called. You know, it opens certain doors in this area that we're in. Is there any swords that we want to buy? Here's a bunch of shields. I kind of want to buy a scimitar. This is a dex weapon. I don't think it's as good as what we have right now. Plus, our dex isn't good enough for it, so I think we'll just stick with what we have. Chain helm, chain armor. I could buy this, but I don't know. I kind of feel like picking the armor off of the corpses of the people I've killed, so we'll go like that.
Treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below.
Oh, a goat demon.
There's that humongous drake.
We saw the drake.
Demon too.
And a bull demon.
This place, it might end up being your grave.
But this guy seems like he's not really in his right mind. If you look at him, he looks hollow. So what that says about him, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
We talk business, or we talk nothing at all. Well, we'll leave him. He's actually a pretty good merchant for the first area. And we got some pretty valuable things off of him, especially that residence key. We'll see what this message says. Try rolling, thank you. Alright. The corpses of people just stay where they are. You can actually ragdoll them. If you were playing this, you would think that was fun. You can just do that. Sometimes they'll get stuck to you. Hopefully that happens on this playthrough. I can show you. Oh, look at this. Touch summon sign. Dark fire. So because we are not hollow right now, we can actually summon other people playing this game. So this guy Darkfire, whoever he may be, is playing online right now. And if we were to summon him, we could play with him, but I don't really want to play with him. Here's another bonfire. And the bonfires of this world are essentially like checkpoints. So if I were to die, I would be sent back to this bonfire. Need elation. Oh, and notice we rested at the bonfire. All those enemies we killed, they're up and at it again. Oh, there we go. I don't know, bludgeoning these guys with a club, it just makes me feel like a brute. Can't wait till we get a sword. Once we get a sword, I'll be nice and happy. One, two. Can we level up? I just rested at the bonfire. I didn't even think about it. Oh, we can level up. Let's just go ahead and go with strength. We'll just keep doing strength for now. I'm not one of those characters that, I'm not one of those guys that plays with a specific build in mind. I just kind of play how I want to play. Oh, he blocked me. Rest in peace. There you see a backstab. If you time your attack right on your enemies and you're in a specific position to get them, you can actually perform a backstab, which is super effective. There's actually certain weapons in this game that are remarkably effective with backstab. I think there's a specific knife later that we can get that is better for backstabbing people. Back to the turtles. 1, 2. And 1, 2. And you might have noticed this door. Oh, let's kill this guy real quick before I start talking. Very good. You might have noticed this door earlier. This leads down to this area where there are 4 hollows waiting for us. Oh, what did you drop? A broken straight sword. So this is not a very good weapon. I'm not going to use it. But you see it does 40 damage. Our club does 87. So it's not exactly valuable, but we got something. Oh, I thought I timed that right. There we go. This game really rewards you just going and looking around at stuff, you know, just being curious. Here's some throwing knives. Those will serve us well. But just being curious, going around and looking and seeing what's going on. That's a nice little jump. When I discovered that, I was kind of blown away. Yeah, it really rewards you just being curious, looking around, seeing what's going on, seeing what might be around these corners, checking all the nooks and crannies, fighting all the enemies, killing all of them, really taking your time. This isn't a game that you just force your way through. It's the type of game that it really wants you to think about it and really consider what it's trying to, the experience that it's trying to give you, which I put a lot of value in. You know, it's a surprisingly thoughtful game, I think. I think I value that just in any form of media, something that is thoughtful, makes you think, makes you consider it and look at it from a bunch of different angles. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? What is this piece of media trying to say to me? I find a lot of value in that. And Dark Souls does that in spades. Notice these guys. Not very hard. 1, 2. 2 birds, 1 stone. Or 2 hollows, 1 stick. Please drop your sword. Please drop your sword. He did not. Ah, well. In the future. Oh. See, it doesn't matter how many times you play a game, you can sometimes forget an enemy is there. I'll never forget this one's here. Too easy. And in here is a chest. There we go. A black firebomb, and we got 5 of them. So remember earlier we were talking about firebombs? Let's see if I can find them. Oh my goodness. So a firebomb, it's literally just like a grenade, and a black firebomb is a firebomb, but way more effective, way more powerful. And that will certainly serve us well. Now this area actually up here was an area that the first time I played this, I struggled with immensely. Let's see if I can do it first try now. So these 2 guys rush you, and then this guy, throws a bomb at you. There we go, he's gone. Always take out the guy throwing stuff first. That's something you learn pretty quick in these games. Always take out the archer or the guy throwing stuff first. And then if we go up here, look at all these guys. They all have fire bombs. Uh-oh, bad timing. Oh man, I sure hope I don't die. That would be embarrassing. There we go. Rest in peace. Let's see what this is. Soul of a Lost Undead. You know, maybe it's because I'm paying attention to the video game a little bit more, but like these textures, I'm finding a lot of, I'm really appreciating the fact that these are here, like these vines and leaves and stuff like that. It's making me think of Zelda. In Zelda, you'd be able to climb up these. So, I don't know, this is a pretty beautiful game. It's something to think about quite a bit. If we go up in this tower, there's actually a guy with a crossbow. This is such a good area. It's such a good introduction to this game. Like, sure, you play the tutorial and you have the Firelink Shrine, but as a beginner level, as a level where it's expected to be difficult for beginners, but not for veterans of the series, there's an item over there. We'll be able to get that in a little bit. It really nudges you into the concepts of the game. It really rewards exploration, and it rewards killing all the enemies. And those are lessons that you can take forward into the rest of the game with that mindset. So we got the residence key earlier from the Undead Merchant. That opens this door. And there's another door we'll open later that will introduce us to an NPC. Here's another chest. Gold pine resin. This is a very valuable item. Here, let's see. It's up here somewhere. There we go. Applies lightning to right-hand weapon. Rare pine resin, which emits golden sparks, applies lightning to right-hand weapon. Affected weapon inflicts rare lightning damage, making it effective against targets which are resilient to both magic and fire. Very effective against dragon family foes. I'm going to use that against the boss of this area, and you'll see exactly how effective it is. Come on, buddy. There we go. 1, 2. And here we have another guy. I accidentally attracted both of them. I didn't want to do that. Uh-oh. Here, let's get some stamina back. Oh, I'll never explain stamina to you, Trent. Up at the top left, you see that little green bar? That is our stamina bar. Oh, longsword. Let's go. Here, stamina can wait a second. Club does 87. How much does a longsword do? It does 80. But it makes me feel less like a brute, so I think that's better. I'm a form over function kind of guy. But if you look at the top left, you can see our stamina. And if we're running around like normal, that doesn't really do anything. But if I start sprinting, you see it starts descending. And then I have to wait for it to come back. So for instance, if I were to use up all of my stamina, let's just use it up real quick, I have to wait until it comes back. And that doesn't seem too intense right now when we're just hanging out, but when you're in the middle of a very intense boss fight, it can get pretty dicey. And this is one of my favorite things that this game does. So this is a beginner level, right? I just talked about that. Yet if you go down here, they put a later game enemy. And he's out of the way. He's tucked. You can totally avoid this guy if you wanted to. But if you're up for the challenge, you can come up and deal with this guy. Notice I'm walking up slow because if I came up, he would notice me. But because I'm quiet, he doesn't notice me. Oh, I didn't do it. I wanted to get a backstab. Ugh. All right, well. Unfortunately, I've played this game quite a bit, and this guy isn't much of a challenge anymore, but oh man, I remember my first playthrough of this game, I would not leave this area until this guy was dead. And it took me like 15, 20 tries. It wasn't very easy. And as much as I love this game, that is kind of a downside of it, that once you learn how to parry, this game kind of becomes really easy. But also, this game came out in 2011. I don't think they really expected people to get as good at it as people became. Hopefully that doesn't sound like I'm humble bragging. Oh, that is very good. Titanite chunk and a Black Knight sword. This Black Knight sword is very valuable. Look at that. So our longsword does 80 damage. This does 220. However, it is immensely heavy, and we do not have the stats for it yet. So if you look at the bottom right, Rec Param, it says we need 20 strength and 18 dex. And we've got 14 strength and 11 dex. So we are 7 levels under on dex. And we are 6 levels under on strength. But once we get there, that is a very valuable weapon. Very valuable. And let's see what he was protecting. A blue tear stone ring. It's a pretty good ring early in the game. So boost defense while HP is low. But let's read what it has to say. This rare gem, called Tearstone, has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue Tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. So if our HP gets low, that ring will protect us a little bit more. And yeah, I like to wear it. I don't think it helps too much. It doesn't make the game easier or anything like that, but because I killed such a valuable enemy for it, I like to wear it as sort of a trophy or a token. Uh-oh, trap. There we go. Oh, he dropped something. What did he drop? Oh, now we have armor. Hollow soldier armor. Armor worn by hollow soldiers. It may be old and battered, but its iron construction makes it quite sturdy. And we will wear that. Uh-oh, but we're slow rolling now. Here, let me show you this, Trent, actually. So notice whenever I'm running around, I'm running a bit slower, and my roll looks kind of silly, and that's because we are encumbered with weight. But if I were to take this off, notice we roll faster. So that is a pretty big part of this game as well, is how much weight you are holding, how it encumbers you, and how you can manage it. Let's see if there's anything over here. If we look right here, that's called a scurrying lizard. I'm going to kill it real quick. And if you kill those, they give you valuable upgrade items. So it kind of sucks because they're actually really cute. And, you know, you got to kill it to feel like to get what you want out of it, but nonetheless, notice we are on this bridge. Now before we go forward, I'm actually going to turn around, and there's a ladder right here. And this ladder leads up to these guys, and there's enemies up here. Not very hard enemies. So remember that From Software, the guys that made this game, they're constantly trying to trick you. They're constantly trying to put you in situations. But this is actually one of those instances where the situation would have been helpful. So if I would have walked forward on that bridge, notice they had crossbows, they would have shot me in the back, and I would have turned around and noticed them. And it would have brought me up to this platform. And this platform can be very useful for the fight we're about to be in. But I'll show you rather than tell you. And remember, we got that gold pine resin earlier. I'm going to equip that. Let's go ahead and hit an Estus Flask, make sure we're nice and prepared. If you look up there, that's what we're fighting. This is the Taurus demon. All the epic music cues in. I remember the first time I played this game, oh man, I thought this was the hardest boss fight I had ever been a part of. And now it's remarkably easy. This guy basically kills himself. So that's why that's valuable, that ladder. But I actually don't like fighting him up there. I feel like that makes it maybe not unfair, but I don't know. I don't really like plunging attacks. I like fighting them straight on. Dodging attacks, weaving through them, jumping under their legs, all of that. Uh-oh. And there we go. There goes the Taurus demon. I don't know if you remember, Trent, but I actually read Berserk back in the day. And that guy's actually a reference to a character in Berserk. So, shout out to him. And if you look down, he gave us 3,000 souls. And notice the gold pine resin that we put on our weapon. That made killing him rather easy. And notice we can look over here, and there's another bridge that we're going to cross. We can actually already see the enemies on top of it. Actually, I think we can see the area that we just came from. Here, let me go back. Alright, let's see. Yep, this little area. That's that tower right there with the message on it. That's where that archer was that we took out. That little area was where those 3 shield turtles were. Down there is where we fought the Black Knight. Let's see, what else? What else can we see from here? Oh, over there is where the bonfire is. I don't know if you could see the plank bridge. In this game, oh, that's actually that area over there. You see that like a cathedral top? That's an area where we're going to get to later. Oh, God, I love this game. I love this game so much. The views, if you just take a moment to just look around and consider what the game wants to show you, it rewards you so deeply for that. And it also puts you in situations where you can epically fight stray demons and Taurus demons and dragons and so on and so forth. It's a really great game that just makes you feel epic. Makes you feel like you're the hero. Alright, we're going to destroy those. There's a message right here. Try rolling. Okay. There we go. See, sometimes people help you out in this game. And there's actually a few more things that I want to do before we end this episode, Trent. Let's see. This is one of my least favorite parts of the game, actually. Remember earlier I said that this game puts you in situations, but if you're observant, you can actually notice this situation before it happens. This is one of those situations where I actually think that that's not true. So I'm going to avoid getting killed here. But if I walk out here real quick and then turn around, remember that Drake we saw earlier? There he is again. And he's going to blow fire. Oh, he actually hit me. But if I wasn't paying attention and I just walked across there, he would have killed me very quickly, very easily. And I don't think there's enough evidence of a dragon being nearby to warrant that reaction. So some people have said that these marks, you see these burn marks on the bridge right here, that's an indication that the dragon is nearby. But I don't think that's a very fair... That's not enough of a warning to say, hey, there's a burn mark on this bridge. That means you're going to get killed by a dragon. I don't think that's enough, personally. But once you know it's there, it's very easy to avoid. But your first time through, that does seem a little like BS. But here is one of the best NPCs in the game. Here, we're just going to let him speak for himself.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Oh, yeah.
The way I see it, our fates have Could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Oh yeah.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We
Okay.
are strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So this is Solaire of Astora, and he really is just a bright spot in this game. I don't know why. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a pretty dismal game. It's pretty miserable, you know. There's constant enemies. There's just dead things everywhere. The world seems to be rotting away in decay, and yet out of nowhere comes this guy, and he's just an optimist. He believes in cooperation. He believes in friendship and companionship. It's rather strange, but he is a huge bright spot in this game, and we'll see his story develop as the game goes.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent. So we'll say goodbye to Solaire. He's one of our good friends, and we will certainly see him again. I think I'll summon him for the next boss we fight. But right now, we've got a dragon to deal with. But actually not, because you can just dip down here. Anyway, this is one of the coolest games in the, coolest moments in the game. This ladder, you kick it down, and then you jump down here, and we're back at the bonfire. This is the same exact bonfire that we started out, and now there's a shortcut. We went through all that just to get up here. And this is what I mean about the game looping around on itself. The game is so clever with its usage of bonfires. It's so clever with its enemy placement, just with everything. You can tell a lot of love and time went into this. And you can actually use the dragon to kill these guys and gain some souls. So see, I got 555 souls for that. But I think that's where I'm going to end it, Trent. That was the first half of the Undead Parish, I believe it's called. I keep getting it confused with the Undead Settlement from Dark Souls 3. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.